Hello and welcome to the short Vort on Parsha Shlach. This morning I returned from an investigative trip to Eretz Yisrael to refute the Meraglim's report, but first let us go to our weekly Revii to Chamishi. So in Perek Yudalad Pasuk Lamed Hey, the Pasuk says that Yehoshua ben Nun v'Kalev ben Yefunech hayu min hanashim hahem ha'olchim lasur es haaretz. That Yehoshua and Kalev were the ones that survived at those men who went to investigate the land. So Rashi asks, what is the Torah teaching us that they survived out of these men? Why does it have to say those words? So it teaches us that they even took their portion in Eretz Yisrael that was destined to be from these other 10 men. And we see elsewhere that in based the Gemara in Chagiga that the tzaddik comes, a tzaddik was created and a rasha was created, Gan Eden and Gehenna both were created, heaven and hell. Kol echad echad yesh lo shnei chalakim. Each one has a portion, one in Gan Eden, one in Gehenna. If the tzaddik is zoch, he takes the portion of his in Gan Eden and the portion of rasha in there too. And the rasha who is guilty, he will get his portion, and he'll also get the portion of a tzaddik instead in Gehenna. So Rav Aharon Kotler in the Sefer Mishnahs Aaron asks, why is it that a tzaddik gets the portion of the rasha? Why does it go that way? So he gives two answers for why tzaddik is entitled to more. Firstly, because when the rasha does something bad, so it makes it more difficult for the tzaddikim to do what's harder. It becomes a bigger challenge. The burden is greater, the Yetzer Hara becomes greater, and therefore there's more effort needed, and by virtue of this greater effort to do the right thing, therefore the tzaddikim will inherit the portion in Gan Eden of the Rishon. And also that since the purpose of whatever has to be done is not being done by the Rishon, in fact the ones doing it are the tzaddikim, so therefore it makes sense that they would be entitled to get the complete portion for the mitzvahs that they did. In the counterpoint, why did the Rishon get a double portion of Gehenna? So there's also two reasons. First, when there's other people involved who do the right thing, then you lose the excuse, well, everyone did it. If everyone did an Aveira, it actually is a lesser Aveira because there was no positive influence and everyone gave in. But once you see that, oh, well, these people, they were able to do the right thing and not succumb to the Aveira, so therefore the achrayus is greater for those who commit the Aveira than if there had been no one who did the right thing. And also, because of the Aveira, the tzaddikim are also lowered. It says that Hillel should have had the Shechina dwell on him just like Moshe Rabbeinu, but because Hillel was in a lesser generation, his greatness was also limited because of that lesser generation. Now I just came back from Eretz Yisrael, and the Meraglim earlier in this parsha, so they said that this is a land, Eretz Ochel es Yoshvehi, it eats its people, it's a land of the giants, it's fortified. So I'm telling you that I was just there. Firstly, it's a wonderful land with great fruit, great topography, great people. The people are constantly growing. The population is rising. It's not Eretz Ochel es Yoshvehi. There's been a constant growth of people there. And in terms of, firstly, Hashem can overcome any enemy should he want to, and God willing, he will always want to overcome our enemies. But we also have our own anakim. I got a chance to go to Bnei Brak, and I saw Rav Schneidman and Rav Kanievsky and Rav Karelitz and another Adam Gadol, and we have our own our Gedolim there, our anakim, our giants. They are spiritual giants, and therefore we have to remember that it's Tov Hara, it's Ma'od Ma'od. It's a very good land. But thank you for listening. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful Shabbat.